How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We are here tonight on the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on a Thursday. All right, let's go through some NFL news, and then we'll work ourselves around the entire thing. So a lot of people saying that Lamar Jackson kind of sucks as a thrower, and he's pretty much a running back playing quarterback, and a lot of people are saying that that's why nobody wants to play with him, and that's why Marquise Brown asked for a trade, because nobody wants to play with Lamar Jackson because he's not that good of a thrower. Marquise Brown defending him here. The narrative they trying to create on my dog is ridiculous. He can run the show in any type of offense. He just so happens to be in the one, and he ain't and doing it at a top level. So Marcus Brown defending his former quarterback Lamar Jackson on saying that he's a good thrower and he can run any type of offense he wanted to. I believe also a former running back also talked some shit on Twitter to Lamar Jackson. But anyways, whatever. The Vikings and the Buccaneers have shown interest in free agent tight end Kyle Rudolph. Last year, I believe he had a shitty ass season with the New York Giants, but that quarterback stinks. I think same thing happened to a bunch of those guys, those wide receivers. Yeah, man, I think Kyle Rudolph, if that would be a huge upgrade going from Daniel Jones to Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. So that would be huge for Kyle Rudolph. Next, Cowboys and tight end Dalton Schultz not expected to reach a deal before the deadline. All right, so he's gonna play on the franchise tag, I guess. Let's see here, more news, NFL news here. Let's see here. So Mitchell Swartz retired from the NFL after 9 seasons. Mitchell Swartz was a very good offensive lineman, has retired from the NFL, man, after 9 seasons, man. Kind of surprising, man. Both, like I said, Dalton Schultz and Mike Gesicki from the Miami Dolphins are set to play on their 1-year franchise deals. 2023 free agency tight end market is poised to include them: Austin Hooper, Evan Ingram, Robert Tohan, O.J. Howard, and Hayden Hurst. So yeah, that's gonna, if you throw Dalton Schultz and Mike Gesicki in there, that's gonna be a good free agency tight end class in 2023. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here, more NFL news. So an XFL player agreed today, a defensive back, D1 Neal, went to the we are Commanders. So yeah, congratulations to him, man. Going from the UCFL or the XFL, which one it was. It says both. Let's see here. Defensive back Dejon Neal has agreed to terms with the Commanders per his agent. Quite a journey for Neal from Shepherd to the X. Oh well, he played in both the. So in 2020 he played in the XFL, and then in 2022 played in the USFL. Damn, that's cool. That's pretty damn cool. And now he's in the NFL. All right, let's go. That's about it. So yeah, pretty much just the franchise tags with Gesicki in Miami and Schultz in Dallas, and then the whole Lamar Jackson situation, and then Mitchell Schwartz retiring. All right, so we did get some NBA news today, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, Austin Rivers went to the Minnesota Timberwolves on a 1-year deal. So I guess he's going to be replacing Patrick Beverly. So yeah, that's a nice little get for them. Austin Rivers now on the Timberwolves. Let's see here, more news. So the freaking the Pacers ended up giving an offer of 4 years, $133 million to DeAndre Ayton, and everybody thought he was going to go to the freaking to the Pacers, maybe in a sign and trade that would have sent Miles Turner to the Phoenix Suns. But instead, right away, the Suns didn't even hesitate to offer them to match the offer sheet, and he will go back to the Phoenix Suns for 4 years, $133 million. So just like that, man, DeAndre Ayton is back with the Suns, man. They didn't even try to work on a signing trade or nothing. They just said, we want him back, man. As here says, as soon as the Suns received a 4-year, $133 million offer sheet, the franchise matched it. DeAndre Ayton returns to Phoenix and can be traded within his consent. So he can't be retired until he cannot be traded until 2023, I guess. Damn. So the DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. I don't think that's gonna happen with Kevin Durant, man. I don't think that shit's gonna happen, man. I guess that's why they just kept DeAndre Ayton, man. Once they found out that the Nets are not interested in DeAndre Ayton, they just said, we're just gonna re-sign him. We're a better team with him than without him, especially with Chris Paul getting into his late 30s. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Here, Suns never showed any interest in negotiating a signing trade on Ayton with the Pacers. The whole expectation was Phoenix was gonna match the record 133 million offer sheet. So they didn't want Miles Turner either, I guess. So the Nets didn't want Ayton in a trade with Durant, and the Suns didn't want Turner in a trade with Ayton, I guess. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen, more news. That's about it. So yeah, pretty much the DeAndre Ayton going back to the Suns for $133 million, and Austin Rivers going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's get some baseball news in here, ladies and gentlemen. So they're pretty much saying that either the Dodgers or the Yankees are the best suitors for right-hander pitcher from the Cincinnati Reds, Luis Castillo. Also, Frankie Montas from the Athletics, and Andrew Benintendi, and Mary Mayfield from the Kansas City Royals. We'll see what the hell happens, man. The trade deadline getting closer, August 2nd. Let's see here. So a lot of people are criticizing the Royals for having 10 players unvaccinated, not able to play in Toronto. A lot of people are upset that's why the fucking Royals are where they're at, because they have no leadership, I guess. I don't know, man. Now they're saying that the Yankees are no longer going to be trying to get Andrew Benintendi because of the vaccine situation. I think they have like 6-7 games left with Toronto, so they don't want to run that. So it says right here, teams pursuing Andrew Benintendi were informed by the Royals of Benintendi vaccination status a while back. Many are still in. That includes even the Blue Jays as of yesterday, as they are apparently hopeful. So the Blue Jays are still interested, but obviously they would want him to get vaccinated before they pull out the trade. But that's kind of funny how the Yankees are just pulling out because they have 7 games left with Toronto, where Toronto's like hoping they can convince him to get vaccinated. So that kind of makes me laugh. How about the Yankees try to do the same thing, convince him to get vaccinated? But who else? Let's see here. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Wade went to the Yankees. I think he got released by the Anaheim Angels, which was kind of weird because he was trying to recruit Aaron Judge to go to the fucking Angels, and now he's with the Yankees. He ended up getting released, and now he's with the Yankees. That's kind of funny how things work out, man. San Marino is hurt, I guess, with San Marino from the Yankees. He's expected to get an MRI, so hopefully he's okay, man. That's the last thing the Yankees need, another injury, man. Luis San Marino, man. Let's see here. Every team in the American League East has a winning record. If justice prevail, all 3 wildcards winners should come from the East, where schedule are much harder. That is crazy. All 5 teams, fucking Orioles, Rays, Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, all of them are fucking over 500. That shit is crazy. I've never seen that shit in my life. But let's go through some scores, and then we'll go through wrestling. So we got the Giants and the Brewers tied 2-2 in the 7th. That's the only game going on right now, I think. The White Sox beat the Twins 12-2. The Marlins beat the Pirates 3-2. The Rockies beat the Padres 8-5. The Braves beat the Nationals 5-4. The Reds beat the Yankees again 7-6 in extra innings. The Royals beat the Blue Jays 3-1. The Rays beat the Red Sox 5-4. The Guardians beat the Tigers 4-0. The Dodgers beat the Cardinals 4-0. Cardinals, I think, were kind of depressed, deflated after what happened last night, losing that 6-run lead. They looked like they didn't even, they weren't really playing tonight. Just fucking going by the motions. Got shot down, only 5 hits. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. The damn St. Louis Cardinals are kind of in trouble right now, but they're still on the walk. They still have a chance, but I think that's a team that I think the Cardinals need the All-Star break. They kind of need that mental break and reset for the second half. Mets beat the Cubs 8-0. Mariners beat the Rangers 6-5, and Astros beat the Angels 3-2. Those are your scores, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. Let's go to wrestling now. We got some news, and then we'll go to AEW's recap. Let's see here. So the biggest news, obviously, today was so let me get the small little news, and then I'll talk over the big news. So Sasha Banks was booked for a wrestling appearance, but it's more like an autograph signing and pictures. It's not really wrestling. And so a bunch of people started calling, like a lot of like small companies about Sasha Banks being available to wrestle for other companies. And she said, or her agent, her lawyer said that she's not available to wrestle until January 1st of 2023. She can only do signing and autographs and pictures. So I guess she's officially released, but for some reason she cannot do any wrestling outside of WWE until January 1st of 2023. That's kind of weird. But I guess she has officially done, I guess. Let's see here. They're saying that Keith Lee said on Twitter that he receives a lot of bad news, and people were freaking out that he was hurt or something. But I guess it's because his friend is really sick in the hospital. And he actually got on the microphone last night after they won the tag team titles with Swerve, and he pretty much was crying and dedicating the match to his friend. But a lot of people were freaking out, thinking it was something with him. It turns out it's with his friend. Because remember, Keith Lee had that scared a few years ago. I think he got COVID really bad, to the point he almost died. So people were freaking out at first. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over AEW. Oh no, last thing we need to talk about is the freaking so Andrew Zwan, who supposedly is really good with wrestling reporting. He has a wrestling podcast and everything. He tweeted in the morning that Monday Night Raw was no longer PG. It was now TV-14. And then later on in the day, he said, I'm getting news that the news was not taken well. And I guess USA Network sent the email. And I think this is going to happen. I just think it's not going to happen now. That's what everybody's saying, that it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen now. Remember, WWE doesn't like when the media announces their stuff. Remember, over WrestleMania build-up, they said Stone Cold was going to be at WrestleMania, and they didn't really make it official until the day of WrestleMania. They said, he's actually having an actual match with Kevin Owens. Remember, they were promoting it as if it was just going to be Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the Kevin Owens show, like a promo, and then he ended up having the match. Same thing with the Pat McAfee and McMahon thing. Remember, it's going to be Pat McAfee, Mr. McMahon. They were talking about that shit like a month before WrestleMania, and then they never promoted it. They promoted Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory, and then it literally the same night it ended up happening. So I don't know. Maybe they just, I don't know. WWE does not seem to they a lot of stuff that gets reported, it ends up being true. It just sometimes happens at a later date. Maybe at SummerSlam, because maybe they want as many people to know that what's going on. They're going to say SummerSlam's coming up, a bunch of people are going to watch that pay-per-view, and that's where they'll announce, hey, whether it's the next night on Raw, or maybe they'll give a date, we're going TV-14. But I believe this is still gonna happen because WWE, like I said, they have a history of like first saying it's fake news, but then like I just said with Stone Cold Steve Austin match and with Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon, they have a history of saying it's fake news. It's fake news, and then it actually ends up being real news. It's just that McMahon, I don't think, likes it when... I think he likes it to be a surprise. And he hates it when the fucking media ruins it. So that's where I'm standing at with it. Because this guy apparently is legit. Like, he knows what he's talking about. Kobe Albertson was saying he was a pendejo. But I looked into it, and this is why I perform until almost midnight. Because I wait the whole day... and I want to see how the day develops, man. Like, remember happened back in a few months ago with Tom Brady retired and then it wasn't true. This is the advantages of not performing my show until late at night because I can get all the information. If I would have come in here at 11 o'clock when it was reported breaking news, I would have looked like a pendejo. I would have had to make another video. But I just think that I think the guy had the right news. What he's saying is that USA Network sent out an email saying, hey, starting this Monday, it's going to be TB14. And then from there, they're saying WWE backed away from it. So I think maybe McMahon got pissed that USA Network leaked it. That's how this guy, Andrew, got it, because he got the email from the USA Network. So I think I can completely see McMahon saying, fuck this shit. I think he wanted to make the announcement. And when he saw that it got leaked by whether it was USA Network or a Wrestling Report, he got pissed off. We'll see what the hell happens, but people are saying there's a good possibility that does end up happening in the future. They just don't know when. So we'll see what the hell happens with that. Let's go over AEW, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll call it a night. So we have the first match was Wardlow putting the TNT Championship on the line versus Orange Cassidy. It was a good match. The Bastions were out there with him. They got fucking ejected right away. But it was a good match. I think they did a good job of... I thought they made Cassidy look more legit than last week. They fucking buried Scorpio Sky. They made Scorpio Sky look like a pendejo. I thought they did a better job with this week with Orange Cassidy, man, of actually not... like protecting him, right? And not making him look like a fucking... like a fucking pendejo. You had Danhausen in there too, trying to interfere, trying to curse him. Of course, that shit didn't work. Then obviously, at the end, Wardlow won. And then you have Chris Jericho coming out, and he's talking about his match with Eddie Kingston next week. It's gonna be a barbed wire match. And I wonder, Eddie Kingston, they give Chris Jericho all this time on the fucking microphone, like 10, 15 minutes. And then they only gave Eddie Kingston like fucking 1 minute in the fucking backstage. You're making this guy, he's a star, Chris Jericho, and then this guy's just like a fucking mid-carder pendejo. Like, I thought they give both of them a chance to talk the same way, whether it's backstage or out in the ring, or have maybe Eddie Kingston, interrupt Chris Jericho's promo. That would have probably been better. Have Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston interferes Chris Jericho promo. They get into a brawl. They got to get separated by security. I thought they really said this guy's the main eventer. We're gonna give him 10 minutes on the microphone in the ring. The other guy just like a fucking minute backstage, looking like a pendejo. But whatever. Let's see here. Next, we get Jon Moxley versus Kazuchika Takanita. Again, I don't like the Japan guys. I get the partnership and everything, but I just don't like when they bring in the Japan guys. I don't know who they are. Jon Moxley obviously wins. Jon Moxley's just going through guys. He's not really in a feud. He's just going through everybody. I don't know if they're waiting for CM Punk to get healthy, and they're just going to have the match. And I think they're going to have them, unless I don't think CM Punk's going to be out until September for All Out. So I'm sure they're gonna have the match at a Dynamite here pretty soon. Whenever but it just seems like they're waiting for CM Punk to come back to have to have the unification match for the AEW World Championship, because they're not really giving Moxley a long-term feud. It's just a bunch of match after match after match. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have Christian Cage come out with Luchasaurus. with they fucking make fun of the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman and shit. And ends up being a match with Luchasaurus has a match with Griff Grayson, and after the match, obviously he beats the shit out of him. Luchasaurus wins, and after the match he double chokes them, both of them on the announce table, both Griff Griffin and Brian Pillman. Completely buries them. Next we had Claudio versus Jake Hager. I believe weren't these guys in tag team in WWE with Seth Culture? We the people. Remember they were like kind of like the Republicans of WWE. I think this was even before the Donald Trump administration. This was like 10 years ago. I didn't remember that, but yeah, they even brought it up. Two former best friends, and now they're going at it. So good match between these two guys. Obviously, Claudio wins. But pretty damn good match, man. It refreshed my man. I didn't even remember about that they were a tag team in WWE. Let's see here, man. We had a women's match: Serena D versus Anna Jay. Obviously, Serena G wins. After the match, backstage had Ty Conti telling Anna Jay she's a pendejo and that she, that she's making a lot of bad choices. Let's see here. Adam Page, I guess he's gonna tag team with the Dark Order on Rampage. They're making Adam Page like a mid-carder, I guess. They're not buying into Adam Page, I guess. They're making him look like a mid-carder now. And then we get a Britt Baker signing. I'm wondering if they're just going to take the title off Thunder Rosa and put it back on Britt Baker. Because they said, she was like, I was just staying away. I was letting some of these women shine, but I couldn't stand it anymore. So I'm back. So I'm wondering if they're just going to put the title back on Britt Baker because these other women can't get over. Thunder Rosa has had a terrible title run. None of these women can get over. So I'm wondering if they're just going to until Tony comes like, fuck it, I'm going to put it back on Britt Baker. Jade Cargill has a backstage segment too with her baddies, whatever. I guess a pay-per-view's coming up for Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal came out and he's trying to, he was saying, I'm going to fucking beat Samoa Joe for the television championship, whatever. So let's see here. Then we get the fucking main event. It was a triple threat tag team match for the tag team titles. It was, what the fuck is happening to my It was the Young Bucks and Swerling and Keith Lee, and Hobbs and Ricky Starks. It was a very damn good match, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth. They got a lot of time. A lot of shit was happening. A lot of high spots. But I was very surprised, man. Keith Lee and fucking Swerve won the damn match. It's almost like they're replacing Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. So you got fucking, you got like fucking Shrek and Donkey, right? Obviously, Luchasaurus was Shrek, and Jungle Boy was Donkey. Now you got fucking Swerve is Donkey, and Keith Lee is Shrek. It's almost like they're like, oh, we lost that tag team now because Luchasaurus is now a heel. So now we need another tag team like this. So we got the Shrek and Donkey again, and Keith Lee and Swerve. I don't know, man. The Young Bucks, man. Really? I'm surprised they let this happen, man. They're like, they have a lot of power. They're like vice presidents in the company. I'm surprised they let Tony Khan. I don't know if they thought this was good. To me, I think the ultimate feud would be Young Bucks versus FTR, and for the other titles, for the AAA championships, the Ring of Honor championships, maybe try to unify all of them, and that who's the true best tag team in AEW, or who's the best tag team in wrestling, because outside of WWE, they have all the titles, right? They have the AAA championships, the Ring of Honor, the AEW. I think they also have the New Japan championships. So that to me was the match, man. Like all all of it, like put all the titles on the line between FTR and Young Bucks, and I don't know, they just sort of gave it out to I think it didn't even last a month with the Young Bucks being tag team champions. That really made me scratch my ass. I don't even have handroids. But it was a great match, man. It was a great match. A lot of good spots. At the end there, you can kind of tell when the match is about to be over. With the way at the end there, the Young Bucks were down out in the ring, and Keith Lee kept staying in the ring. I'm like, it looks like the Young Bucks may actually lose this shit. And they ended up losing it, but I was shocked, man. I couldn't believe it. Man, I don't know. I thought that was the next thing they were gonna do, Young Bucks versus FTR for like all the titles, but I guess not. I don't think even FTR wasn't even on tonight. Jesus Christ. But it was a good show. It was a good show. Even though I did shit on the Japanese match with Jon Moxley, it was a good match. I just get frustrated sometimes. I don't know the Japanese guys. But pretty damn good show. First match was pretty damn good too with Wardlow and Cassidy. The Claudio and Jake Hager match, like I said, good refresher of the tag team they were in WWE. Good show. At the end, there kind of crashed my ass with the Young Bucks losing the titles to Keith Lee and Swerve. But whatever, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say it. Thank you for watching.